Well, let's get right back to it. Murder all things.
Slow and steady.
Can I use that door, by the way? Hang on a second. Is that stuff usable at all, or is it just kind of a... I don't think it is. I think that part's background detail. Let's hug the left wall, perhaps? I should probably do this one clearing at a time. Oh, a lever. I should probably open up the bridge if I can, then. Camping supplies. And what do we got here? Oh, there's one. We're not in combat yet, though. Light leather gloves. How's that compared to our one leather user? Identical. They're just light leather gloves instead of bloodhound fist wraps. I might put that on him just to not be wearing fist wraps anymore, because that's a slightly odd item. Nobody uses that kind of weapon really in this group. Let's see here. Oh yeah, they're like little weird things. Yeah, I like that better. Now I'm wearing proper gloves that go up to my elbows a bit, instead of tiny knuckle wraps, which looks slightly odd. Yeah. Seems reasonable since they have the same stats. Actually, I'm actually surprised how often games have how often weapons and items have the same stats in this game, or I guess armor specifically. Maybe not weapons so far. I would expect different armor from different factions with different makeups. Like in this case, leather gloves versus knuckle wraps. I would expect them to, even if they are supposed to be the same quality tier, at least have like different leanings in how they work. Like this one's slightly more fire resistant, and this one's slightly more slash resistant. But instead, they're carbon copy items with different appearances, which is surprising. Usually, you make some sort of variance in the middle of it that you can customize. Look at these guys. They're over here guarding this entrance. They're all called Oathbound. I think they're all rogue types. High athleticism, definitely. Not particularly high armor. I would think so. Let's see. I'm just gonna sneak on over here. By sneak, I mean expose myself in plain sight. And you come out of stealth. Hi, everybody. I'm here to fight you. There we go. And here is where we do Clash of Iron. To make sure everyone knows I'm here. I have to click on a specific enemy with this, don't I? Maybe not. No, it's starting correctly. Okay, cool. And now that they're focused on him, we can probably get a nicer start to the fight. I would hope. Start targeting people with effects that would interfere with them. Actually, no, you should start off with Spectral Blur on our tank. Should I start with Rhyme Spike, or... Rhyme Spike's the ranged one, unless I want to do Jolt or something. Let's go over that. So here comes Clash of Iron. There we go, now they're really focused on him. Heart shot. Trying to take one of them down first. They're currently injured. That's a start. Let's see what I can do here. We haven't done False Pit yet, so we'll do that. And I can probably try to inflict drowning on one of them.
Not a problem.
Did she do it? Did I miss it? Barrack. I don't see her name here. Yeah, I don't see any mentions of Ebb. Did she not trigger it yet? Or did she somehow stop mid-action? I should probably spread this group out a little bit. Oh, she hasn't left stealth yet. Huh. I thought that some action she was doing would have taken her out by now. Let's try this again. There we go. That's some fun to add to the pile. Now we'll Rhyme Spike. Oh, they're near death, actually. Let's target these people back here with our magic. See what we can do with that. Right now, the party's doing pretty healthily. Yep, they're gonna have a bad time. Wow, Mr. Near Death is hanging in longer than expected. striking iron. There we go.
Let's have it then.
That should finish them off with bonus damage. Yep, that's exactly what happened. That is exactly what happened. Let's throw a jolt down there. Just keep throwing nasty magic in their general direction. Hey, main character leveled up. That means I'll get another, I'll get access to another leadership skill, hopefully. So I'm trying to stock up on those because they seem like they help the entire party in really useful ways. And it also helps me find a purpose for my main character because, like, I have a healer here and I have a DPS character here and I have a tank here. It's like you might as well be the leadership character that buffs the entire party and gives them all these like passive bonuses and stuff like that. Especially since they're the permanent character. That was nice detail. He threw a javelin and it bounced off of him and flopped onto the ground. I'm like, oh, hey, neato. They actually created a separate animation for when the for when I assume it's deflected. Since maybe graze. I assume deflected was the effect though. Okay, she's talking about nipples a lot. Starting to get weird. I do have a frequency of shoutouts from party members cut down to like half of normal. I might cut it down. I'll probably cut it down even more as the game continues, just because. Wow, she said it. She said it again. She said it again. The same fight. All right. I'm sure the other. Oops, not difficulty. I'm sure the other stuff. Voice frequency is at 30%, huh? Let's do 10%. There we go. Yeah, I don't... people saying stuff during combat's fine, but they always like to say the same things over and over again in some of these games, so it's definitely... When it's just stuff like, take that! And it's like, I don't even notice, but when they have a stupidly specific line of dialogue, like, nipples on men, or in a Ember, they're like, ha! This is a fight that my friend back at home would like to hear about, or something like that. Like, the story gets too long behind the shout-out, then it's like, oh, don't say that all the time. No. No. Don't do that. Hello. Dare I put another point into might? Yes, I dare. Why is it still glowing? Oh, right, Barrack. We can go further into health and other things. Let's see here. I'm gonna go... Should I be going into accuracy and arbor deflection at some point? I'm not putting any points into them so far, so I probably should put a little bit in there, just to give some bonus. And then Barrack, we're usually going down the tanking tree, so you have shield wall. That's the bonus to shield effectiveness. We need to put 2 more points into this tree before we get to the next tier. Seasoned Veteran. More enemies engaged. Right. So I haven't done Seasoned Veteran Part 1 yet. I should do that probably, like, right now? Bonus armor's good, too. Wow. He has... Wow, yeah. 5% reduced damage AoE around him and his allies. Bonus armor whenever he uses... was it Iron Tolling? Clash of Iron? Damn. I should get Seasoned Veteran though, because it lets him engage more enemies, which makes him a better tank because he can hold on to them. And I did not have that until now. I should have had it much sooner probably. I might grab the other one next too. Although that pulse damage reduction thing sounds nice. So to push down the leadership tree a little more, we're going to now go for Will of Command, which gives me an AoE I can throw down that gives my party 15% bonus damage for 30 seconds, which is a decent duration for a bonus. Also, let's see, is it equipped right now? Don't see it in here. There it is. Anything not on here? We got them all. Alright. There's all the spells, but I don't have room for everything. And I kind of like... Wait, what do I have? So this is Concussive Bolt. The other one is False Pit. Let's get False Pit instead of Titan's Touch, perhaps. We have a pretty strong buffer right now. A buffer. It's not really the right use of that word. One who buffs. So having a couple of aggressive things to throw at people sounds like fun. Cool. We went leveled up again. While lowering the bridge seems important, I think I should avoid it for now, because I think it's going to... It pretty neatly seals the entire base in half. so avoiding it for now probably helps us avoid other attacks for a while. Merchant tents are a common sight in Lethian's Crossing. I have to fight my way through my own old town. The river is commonly used by merchants bringing their wares to Lethian's Crossing. Let's go into stealth mode and press forward. Luckily, Barrick leveled up, so I don't even have to deal with the fact that he, I don't have to deal with the fact that he had wounds. They just kind of went away. Right now I'm just trying to make sure there's no random enemies messing with me here. Go, go, go. Nope, no surprises. Who did I spot just now? The game is paused for... Oh, I discovered something. Neat.
You see what I see?
Oh, there it is. What are you? Frozen Shackle. Frozen Burst. When critically hit, does 19 to 28 frost damage in a radius. Frozen Shackles are the impediment made for short-term prisoners. The cold air and volatile magic in their forging are intended as deterrents for notably cruel guards. Let's see here. I put them on you. So you currently have less recovery time when you have wounds, bonus quickness, bonus parry, immunity to poison, health regeneration. Let's give you the Frozen Shackles. They're thematically fitting, and because she doesn't have super great armor, she's probably... I think that means she's somewhat more likely to be crit if she is attacked. And as somebody who actually has those kinds of powers to begin with, having an AoE of exploding ice seems fitting. But also, she just flat out has an empty slot still. Oh, bronze. I'll take 6 rings. Why is that floating there? I think the interface broke. Chalcedony. I haven't even thought of the word Chalcedony in so long. Probably not since I left college. Alright. There's Harkhan's Bronze. Or something like that. There's one little blue hanging out. Oh, it's probably on top of this building up here, so I can't reach it yet. Let's see, do I have access to any of these doors? Let's check with our newbie. Hey, guy. Oh. I cannot. You can't talk to him, probably because everyone's in chaos mode right now. Sure. Alright, so now the doors work, no one will talk to me. I guess I just need to press forward then. Let's keep wiping out the remaining... I guess the idea is here, it's supposed to be one big ongoing gauntlet, so it actually doesn't make sense to pause to do other things necessarily. Let's see, the Merchant's Bridge. Use the winch to lower the bridge and gain access to the other side. We can use athletics to disable the winch to lower the bridge and gain access, or we can use a sturdy metal pole to force it. So we can use the metal pole, or just use our amazing skill. Whoa, she got athletics plus 7 just now. Was that a... I guess that was shared athletics experience across the party. Sure. So there's at least one more crew over here, because you can see their stars on the map. Oh, I'm sorry, not stars. That's well, there is also a star there to mark the quest, but I meant the crossed swords. Should I check up here first? Ooh, that's a bigger crew. You're a named character, aren't you? Vintara. It's Vintara or Vintera. We have 2 Crescent Runners. Stone Shield, Earthshaker, and Vintara, who is what? High endurance defense, high armor, very high armor, decent athleticism, no particular affinity for spellcasting as far as I can tell. Or at least not the defenses of such. Sure. Yeah, Vintara has even more defense than their tank. Interesting. Also, not green circled, so we're not having a friendly chat with them here. And I'm a tad... Let's go down here. I'm a tad concerned there might be more enemies down here, and I might want to engage them first. But also, I don't want to totally cram my units onto one spot, so I might try to surround them a little bit. There's no one here, is there? No one close enough to be a problem, at least. Okay. We're gonna go with single targeting now. Yep, I still know they're there. Oh, right. That reset my motions. I'm gonna try to surround them a little bit.
Will do.
Mainly because I don't want all my ranged characters standing in a clump together, and there's kind of a blockage here. So we're throwing in a save, and he's gonna go get attention again. But then as everyone starts engaging with him, other people are gonna move in a little bit. How far can I go before I start getting yellow? Yep, there it is. Right there. Interesting. Don't they have totally... These characters should have totally different subterfuge scores, right? 34, 57... Yeah, there's a big gap there. Whoa! All my other characters have more subterfuge than I honestly expect them to have. But she's the worst at it. And, she's not exactly... Yeah, she has, like, the exact same detection radius. I guess it doesn't have a big impact on that. Okay. There we go. He's bad at it. I'm sure... Oh, the armor probably modifies it because he's wearing leather and these characters are wearing cloth. So maybe her lower subterfuge score is counter... Nope. They seem to have the same radius regardless. Okay, that happens.
Consider it done.
Hi, everyone. Hi. I made a mistake by exposing him like that, haven't I? Ah! Run away. There we go. You guys come out of stealth. Oh, we can make a mess with this type of group, can't we? So we'll Iron Tolling this group to get their attention first. And you can throw some AoEs in, like Rhyme Spike. That's not as good. Oh, you're already doing Electric Jolt? I guess I'll let you do that then. And he's Spectral Blurred, so he's going to be harder to take down for a while. Let's get ready with the False Pit. Can I hit two of them at once? Not really. Let's go for one of their DPS characters then. There we go. And I ended up getting two of them anyway. Neat. Let's see, so... Iron Tolling's been done now. Let's get ready with the AoE now.
Are you afraid of death?
So flanking attack is beginning, but let's go for Iron Storm. That'll make a mess of things. I'll go for drowning the spellcaster if I can, to try to stop them from getting any spells off for a while. I don't think it really worked. Let's see. Ebb. After Smother's Embrace, Grace's Earthshaker. Failed to apply Drowning. Kind of expected that, I guess. So it stopped spellcasters, but spellcasters are most likely the most likely group to be able to resist the attack. So mixed bag there.
It's like nipples on men. Useless.
And now we're raining swords. Yay. Let's back up a little bit. I'm gonna have you engage with their guy over here. Try to deal with them. You're taking more damage than I expected. See, this character's badly injured. Let's try to finish them off if we can. There we go. That's one down. Gonna sneak in here a little bit. Oh, you already used Greater Renewal. Never mind. So we have a Quicken, which is a pretty big AoE. I'll wait a little longer to activate that. Let's throw daggers at their spellcaster.
Entirely worthless.
Oh, there's some AoE damage. Nice. Now the spellcaster's definitely feeling it. Try to finish him off. Come on. Okay, now we're getting low enough, actually. Let's use a Quicken. Because our tank's going down. There we go. Now everyone's fine. And we get a haste, so extra in trouble now. We'll try to do a false pit to make a mess of that. And we'll prep some of our tricks here. No, let's go for damaging attacks first on this guy. I'll do my debilitating attacks on a different enemy. Oops, there we go. Alright, so you're fighting this guy right now. Let's make him easier to hit with his jab. There we go. Oh, they're very easy to hit now because they're dead. Throw another false pit. Didn't really work out.
This weapon is like nipples on men. Useless.
There we go. Now they should pretty much just be in trouble. Let's have you turn to focus on this enemy who's clearly focused on you. And you get a bonus damage for them being focused on you. There's a benefit. Did I misclick or something? Oops. I misapplied the skill for a bit there. Fall down. This guy's drowning and getting hit from all sides. Poor thing. Let's reapply Spectral Blur to the tank, since they've got full attention of our opponent.
That's how it's done.
We'll start throwing our various status ailments at this character, just one by one, basically.
On it.
I was holding down tab instead of shift just now. Whoops. False pit. Concussive bolt. Thrust. That'll keep our main character busy for a while. How are they doing? They're injured. They are probably very tanky. Oh. I can activate Health Steal once per encounter. Let's do that. And then Rhyme Spike after that. Maybe use some Drowning if it'll apply. There we go. Little life steal never hurt anyone except for, you know, the obvious.
I'm on.
Except I undid both of these guys, both of these queued up abilities. There we go. I just want this character to fall over and drown, damn it. Just do it. I mean, you're not gonna win, you might as well just surrender at this point. Not sure what she thinks her odds are, but they're not great. Hey, level up.
This weapon is like nipples on men. Useless.
Oops, she still managed to slip it in there again. We're at 10% frequency, and she's still talking about nipples on men.
This weapon is like nipples
Holy
on
crap,
men.
she's saying it again.
Useless.
Does that slider not work? Or is that her only line of dialogue during combat? I guess it's just that the game's trying to warn me that her weapon's not effective against the enemy, but it seems to defy the frequency of talking thing in its attempts to constantly warn me. As the last of the enemy soldier dies, life returns to normal in Lethian's Crossing. Oh, there we go. Goodbye fighting, it's all over. Seemingly instantly. We've got Iron Guard Gauntlets. They're heavy, though. So, hello, stash. We'll see how much that's worth, because I'll probably end up selling it. That's just how it's gone so far. We had a third character level up. So I think I may go further into Wits, which controls all of her elemental attacks. Yeah. So there's that. Probably go further into Tidal now. So we already have Clear Mind. Yeah. So then go for Elemental Fury, which gains a bonus to Shock and Frost. So just Shock in this case is the additional here because we already had Frost. Repelling Wave. Goes from Repelling Blast to Repelling Wave, which does it just make it bigger? 3-meter push. Does more damage. Range 2 meters. 100-degree, 5-meter cone. So it becomes a huge anti-group AoE, which could be nice. Purifying Waters. Conjure enchanted waters to wash over target, removing all hostile effects. I like Repelling Wave. So we'll grab that for now. That should be nasty in a firefight. And now they want me to talk to Harshan Bronze, the character we saw way off there, that we couldn't do anything with at the moment. What's in here? More heavy armor. Well, it'll make me money. If nothing else. So it should have repaired... Yep, it replaced it automatically. So that's the size of the wave. So it's not huge, but that's... If you target the melee of enemies surrounding Barrack at any given moment, it'd probably hit all of them at that point. So that's not bad. Let's go down to the bottom of the coast, then work our way back up. Food. There's like a fireplace or something down here. I should quick save since I finished the fight already. There we go. Barrack got himself another wound. Broken hilt. Ooh, investigate this item. Bring it to the blacksmith at the Spire Forge to upgrade to investigate it further. Okay. So if you make a blacksmith, you can investigate weird broken items and actually salvage something out of them. Iron. Bronze. Hello. That's not bad. We're actually making a decent chunk of change just from grabbing some of these boxes we're finding. And now we'll investigate the actual building. We'll start with the rooftop. There's just chatter and like rustling and clanking in the background, like life really did just return back to normal instantly as if nothing had happened a moment ago. Ooh, a secret.
See there?
Found some whetstones. What's this? Fatiguing toxin. Weakens your enemy's endurance for 30 seconds. And healing. Not bad. So there's a door up here. Door over there. Biotis. Door down there. Okay. We have a lot to look at here. Get ready to settle in and have no fights for a couple of episodes again while we slowly explore another location. Yeah. I'm cool with that. Some people aren't always, but that's fine. Wonder how extensive the inside's going to be. Part of me almost wonders if they're all going to be one giant conjoined multi-floor inside, or this one single room. Definitely easier to explore. Hello. Phaedra and Dea. A bright-faced woman greets you as you approach. Welcome to Lethian's Crossing, Wanderer. My name is Phaedra, and this is my beautiful wife, Dea. She indicates the stone-faced blonde woman standing next to her, who holds up her hand in a quick greeting. What brings you to town? Is there anything I can help you with? How do you feel about the disfavored? I don't have an issue with them. Their curfew may be a bit strict, and it gets hard to keep track of every rule they invent and all the regulations they've enacted. Otherwise, they've left us alone with to our lives. Anything's better than having the Brotherhood, Dea exclaims. Give me 100 rules for every Brotherhood member driven from this town. What can you tell me about Lethian's Crossing? I've lived here most of my life, but honestly, I'm not sure there's much to say. She looks contemplative. We're a center for trade and a waypoint for travelers. The walls are a little scary, but you get used to them over time. She looks at Dea. What about you, dear? Dea shrugs, her expression never changing. What is there to say? The town's alright, but living under the thumb of an occupying force makes it hard to truly relax. Phaedra puts her hand on Dea's shoulder, and Dea sighs. Sorry, we couldn't be more help. Phaedra shrugs sheepishly. You haven't always lived here? Several years before Kairos' invasion, I moved away from Lethian's Crossing. Being the granddaughter of Lethian came with a responsibility I wasn't ready for. I met Dea in the Bastard City and decided to stay for a while. We were living in the Bastard City when we heard about Kairos' forces moving to the Tiers, so we took that as our motivation to move, she laughs. And I think we got out of there just in the right time. We traveled a bit with a couple of caravans, but nothing really seemed like home until I returned to Lethian's Crossing. You never realize how much you can miss a place until you've been away for a while. She wraps her arms around Dea and squeezes. But I could live anywhere as long as this one's with me. It's true that trade hasn't been as vibrant here recently, but I'm sure it's simply a temporary setback. The merchants will sing and dance for you, trying to convince you their suppliers are unaffected, but everyone's feeling it. I have faith the world will set itself right soon enough. People call me a fool, but I don't see the benefit of bemoaning your fate. You take what life hands you and make it work. So you're Lethian's granddaughter. One of many, I suspect, but I'm the only one anyone knows about, and before you ask, no, Eldian is not my father. Maybe you haven't heard, but my grandmother wasn't exactly the settling down type. Thank you for your time. Anytime, traveler, Phaedra says happily. If you need anything else, just let me know. Huh. She did not in any way greet me as being the ex-governor of this place, which is weird, because the timeline, well, I don't know. She left the Bastard City when Kairos was heading there, and I came here after the Bastard City was taken down, and I took it over. But I guess we don't necessarily know what the timeline is between when I left this location to go read the Edict of Storms, and when she may have shown up. So I guess technically she could have shown up afterwards, but yeah, it seems a little weird, because you would expect her to be reacting to me as the person that used to run this place. Maybe you know who I am. But instead she's just like, "Greetings, traveler." Oh, on we go. Where's that water coming from? There must just be giant aqueducts up there, because it's just showering down from on top of the walls. Here we are. Biotis. I'll get to Biotis in a moment. Let's check upstairs first. Can't what? I must have clicked the wrong spot. Heavy leather gloves. Am I crazy? So these are heavy leather, and I'm using light leather, and they have the same stats. That starts to genuinely feel like some kind of weird mistake at some point. Oh well, what do they look like? The heavy leather gloves look less heavy. the light gloves actually look bigger. Weird. They usually light and heavy denote some difference in defense stat, but they seem to be the same item, which makes you wonder why they made light and heavy separate things, because they're not even from different origins, they're just light and heavy now. There's a lot to check out around here. And who do we have in here? Just unnamed settlers, okay. The wall appears to have been damaged years ago, but was never properly repaired. None of them are named. It's a fine day as long as you don't think about the armies beyond the horizon or the Bane lurking within the old walls. We can find a lot of trade goods here in Lethian's Crossing. Oh, they have the same dialogue as each other. That's slightly odd. Ooh! Tearsman hunting bow. We'll stash that for later. I think Verse will be happy to see that. Just a whetstone. Oh, back out. I'm surprised they went through the effort of making an entire interior just for some generic settlers just to hang out in. Alright, we'll check this little corner next. Elemental Barrier. So another defensive potion if we need it. Lethian's mistress tends to attract all matters of people, mostly the unsavory types. I've lost good friends to the Bane. Everyone seems to have pretty similar topics of conversation around here. A lot of generic settlers. It makes the place feel populated, so there's that. In a lot of games, these places just kind of feel empty, and it starts to get weird. Like, oh, thank you, hero, you saved all of humanity, all 12 people you've seen so far, is the problem a lot of RPGs have had. Ooh, a scroll. How about this tower shield? A slight loss to recovery and dodge, but some bonus to parry and endurance. Huh. I don't know how to prioritize some of these stats, to be honest. This is the Eastern Waterfall. Though it cascades down alone, some settlers believe that that the waterfall split from a single source somewhere above the old walls. So these are supposed to be the old walls above me, right? During clear mornings, the western waterfall reflects the rising sun in a beautiful display of color. Let's see, there's still more back here, but I can also cross the bridge. I don't think there was a way to get down, was there? Did they ever lower something? Ah, now that's lowered. Okay. Yeah, let's check out this entire side of the level after we check out the right side. Because they've now lowered something so I can get across. So I don't have to take this path. I'll just lose track of things otherwise. Alright, Biotos, who are you? Welcome, friend, the merchant cries out to you. He looks a lot like everyone from the Scarlet Chorus. His belt jingling with rings. He waves his arms about in a dramatic presentation of his wares. What brings you to my humble trading post? Have a certain something in mind or just browsing? What could you tell me about this seal? I found it in Vendrian's well. I have never seen that before. You'll have to ask one of the other merchants. Well, we tried. Let's see what we can get. Ooh, hi. I'm seeing a weird number of high-value javelins. Do they actually customize merchants' loot to match your starting character's class? Because that seems oddly specific. Ooh. So it'd give you about 1 more DPS, and most notably, it would give me 6 more armor penetration, which is brutal. That means, like, I'd basically be just completely ignoring the armor of some of the tougher... Yeah, armor penetration of 9, I'd practically be ignoring the armor of, everyone? More or less? Granted, the javelins don't start off with super high damage. Alright, there's a 2-handed great axe. Forge-bound hammer. How's that compare? Half a DPS, 1 armor penetration. Not bad. Probably worth going for. Just gotta worry about the cost, obviously. Let's see what we can sell off. Got a decent number of gemstones. Broken spear. Just want to make sure I'm not selling off the one... Where is it? Bronze dagger. Bronze great axe. That's holding on to that for now. Where's that one special item? I want to make sure... There we go. Just making sure I'm not selling it off. There's the broken hilt. So I should probably hold on to things like this so we can sell them off. Yeah. They're classified as spire items, so despite their value, I can probably use them for crafting or upgrades, and don't want to lose them. Wow, I really have 39 available for trade right there? We have 93 rings. Okay. I may go ahead and buy that then, and maybe the hammer too? Apprentice armor. Well, Barrack can't use armor. Let's see, forge-bound hammer and forge-bound hammer. So this one is better. It is glowing, so it must be enchanted. Studded iron gorget, 10 parry. There's the fire core. Ooh, volcanic weapon accent. Maybe I want that. Can I afford all that? I can. Let's do this. Let's just commit. Okay. So you get a weapon upgrade. That's nice. So this should just be a scary weapon right now. It's exquisite quality. 9 armor penetration. That's terrifying. So that should be devastating. You get a new hammer. Yeah, I think I'm happy with that too. I should look into selling what I just grabbed. So back into this bag. Where is it? This is there's the Ripper. And where was the bronze axe? That'll make a little bit of my money back. There's a worn short bow, which I'm sure is probably not nearly as good as the Tearsman hunting bow with its superior quality. 1921. Yeah, damage is higher. Better recovery. Armor penetration of 6. That really seals the deal. So let's get rid of the worn short bow. That's not going to be as useful for anyone. And I should compare... We're already on you. I should compare these shields to my main character. I probably want the bonus to dodge, honestly. As a ranged character. I think that actually affects... I think dodge is how you avoid incoming projectiles in particular, so the dodge could really help. Yeah, let's do that in a moment. So trade again. I'm going to swap out the shields. Yeah, we'll go back with this one. There we go. Back to my ridiculous purple shield. I think it's better off with that. I hope I'm right. And I'll sell off some of my duplicate shields now, because I've got a decent number of them here. Yeah, I've got 2 Sun Soldier shields. There we go. And we're back up to 32, which is not too far off of where I started, I think, actually, today. But now I've got new weapons to show for it for my two physical fighters. We just need to loop back around and use this. There we go. New accent. Sigil of Volcanic Weapon. Accent that uses fire and brimstone to cause material force spells to damage foes in a line. Nice. So now if we use certain types of spells, we can make them into line attacks. That's nice. We have one room in here. Oh, we have a couple of rooms around here. Let's check the box real quick. Another iron ingot. And alchemy supplies, which I think... I'm noticing there's a lot of vague items that are worth 6 bronze, so I'm assuming those are all weapons like that. All items like that must be spire upgrades. The scrolls, the alchemy supplies, and the ingots. Got a door over here, 2 doors here. Alright, we'll be here for a while. Let's keep exploring.